2021 was a tough year for everyone, including celebrities, and this year some celebrities got in scandals so big they lost everything as a result. In at number 10, Fetty Wap. This year Fetty Wap was busted by the cops for illegal activity and he is currently facing serious jail time. In October of 2021, Fetty Wap was arrested for allegedly running a bi-coastal opioid operation out of Long Island. He was arrested right before he was set to perform at the Rolling Loud Festival, but obviously had to cancel due to his sudden arrest. The feds say that he was, quote, a kilogram-level dealer in the operation. FBI Assistant Director Michael Driscoll said about the bust, quote, the fact that we arrested a chart-topping rap artist and a corrections officer as a part of the crimes illustrates just how vile the trade has become. Fetty Wap, along with 5 others, allegedly handled more than 100 kilos of substances and mainly sold them in New Jersey and across Long Island. The ring was allegedly a multi-million-dollar operation between June of 2019 and June of 2020, according to law enforcement. And since they consider him to be one of the ringleaders, he is facing a minimum of 10 years in prison. And at number 9, Jamie Spears. Jamie Spears, aka Britney Spears' father, was in control of her life and money for the last 13 years while she was under conservatorship. Thankfully, in 2020, she started to fight for her freedom in court and was able to hire her own lawyers to defend her rights. Throughout the trial, we learned that Jamie had imposed intense restrictions on Britney. She was not able to get engaged or have a child without his permission. She also wasn't able to drive in her boyfriend's car without supervision. We also learned he had most likely been stealing money from her estate, along with making her work more than she had ever worked in her career. Thankfully, the judge has taken Jamie off the conservatorship and Britney is now able to live free. But as of now, he's one of the most hated people in the world, especially to Britney Spears fans. And at number 8, Tristan Thompson. It feels like there's no such thing as a year without Tristan Thompson cheating on Khloe Kardashian, and sadly 2021 was no different. We learned about the cheating after a woman named Marilee Nichols filed a paternity lawsuit for her newborn son. Nichols at first did not share any details, but after Thompson started attacking her online and in the press, she gave the full story of their relationship. She claimed that while she was in California, she met Tristan at a party at his home in 2020. Then in March of 2021, they slept together on his birthday, along with having a relationship for months afterwards. And sadly, Khloe and Tristan were together at the time, and he's admitted to cheating with Nichols. From the statements that have been given, it seems likely that Nichols will win the suit, and Thompson will have 3 children with 3 different women. Thompson first admitted to cheating but denied the child was his, but the paternity results are now in, and he is the father, as Maury would say. In at number 7, Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen is one of the most controversial figures on social media, so it's not surprising that she got a massive scandal in 2021. It seems that Chrissy is more than just a troll on social media, and she can actually be quite a bully. She bullied many celebrities over the years like Courtney Stodden and Avril Lavigne, even coming after children at some points. Her main target seemed to be Courtney Stodden though, who spoke against Teigen and her harassment many times. All of the unearthed tweets were incredibly disgusting and made the entire internet turn on Chrissy. Chrissy decided to leave the internet following all the backlash to reflect on her words and actions, but the time she took away only turned out to be a measly 23 days. Her return to the internet was not taken well, and many of her fans have stopped supporting her as a result. She also lost tons of sponsorships and brand deals, and I don't think they will be returning anytime soon. And at number 6, Chris Cuomo. CNN's Chris Cuomo has officially been fired from his network after an investigation uncovered the anchor helped his brother disgrace Governor Andrew Cuomo during his scandal. Andrew Cuomo's crimes include government corruption and sexual misconduct. Earlier, they announced he was going to be suspended, barring the results of this investigation. Partway through, they had uncovered enough evidence to fire him. CNN writes, quote, while in the process of that review, additional information has come to light. Despite the termination, we will investigate as appropriate. This all comes on the heels of an investigation by the New York Attorney General's office, which suggested that he was heavily involved in his brother's scandal. Following his termination, reports are coming out that Chris was also accused of sexual harassment. That's a part of the reason for his termination, so it's clear that no network will want to touch him again. Halfway number 5, Dr. Seuss. Even though Dr. Seuss passed away in 1991, his reputation was tarnished after he was cancelled early in 2021. Following this scandal, Dr. Seuss Enterprises has made the decision to strip 6 books from its catalog. In a statement, they said, quote, ceasing sales of these books is only a part of our commitment and our broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and supports all communities and families. The books that are being axed are And to Think I Saw It on Mulberry Street, If I Ran the Zoo, McElliot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, and The Cat's Quizzer. The decision came in part after a 2019 study found that out of 50 books by Dr. Seuss, 43 out of 45 characters of color have, quote, characteristics aligning with the definition of Orientalism, or the stereotypical offensive portrayal of Asia, as well as the African characters having anti-black characteristics. And at number 4, Jamie Lynn Spears. After we learned that Britney Spears had been controlled by her father for the last 13 years without anyone knowing, fans looked to her sister Jamie Lynn Lynn Spears, wondering why Jamie Lynn never spoke up publicly in support of her sister before the Free Britney movement gained traction. Things were made worse when Britney called up Jamie Lynn directly on her Instagram, making it clear that Jamie Lynn did not support her in her battle against her father. Britney wrote in one caption, quote, "I don't like that my sister showed up at an awards show and performed my songs to remixes. My so-called support system hurt me deeply. This conservatorship killed my dreams." Jamie Lynn responded to the hate on her own Instagram, saying that she supported her sister behind the scenes way before the Free Britney movement was created, but that has not stopped the hate train. In at number 3, Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer was on the rise in Hollywood and looked like the next big star, but that all changed when he was accused of inappropriate sexual conduct with a number of women. One woman claimed that during their 4-year relationship, Hammer was mentally, emotionally, and physically harmful. Because of this scandal, Hammer dropped out of the Jennifer Lopez rom-com Shotgun Wedding. He was also investigated by the government for these illegal actions. Following the scandal, he decided to check himself into rehab in 2021 to confront his harmful behavior and addictions. He recently left that facility, and a source told The Sun, quote, "Armie is out of the treatment facility where he spent almost 9 months. He's doing really well and it's wonderful news for his family. He's back in the Cayman Islands. Although he's out of rehab, he is still being investigated by the government, and there's a high chance he will be going to prison." In at number 2, DaBaby. DaBaby was more or less blacklisted from the music business after he went on a homophobic rant during his Rolling Loud set. Most notably, he made several comments about AIDS and spread harmful misinformation about the community. Following the scandal, he was dropped from sponsorship deals and other music festivals. His collaborator Dua Lipa also came out against him and condemned his statements. He issued an apology on Twitter, writing, quote, "Anybody who has ever been affected by HIV/AIDS, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions of offending anybody. So my apologies. But the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all. You do you. Your business is your business." People didn't take that as a true apology, and because of that statement, he has remained cancelled. And finally, number 1, Chris Noth. After the release of the new Sex and the City reboot called And Just Like That, actor Chris Noth has been accused of sexual crimes against multiple women. These women, who remained anonymous, said the events happened in 2004 and 2015. Noth and these women had sexual relations. One was entirely not consensual, and the other happened after coercion, which is still not consensual. After the allegations became public, Peloton decided to pull their ad featuring the actor. Both women told The Hollywood Reporter that Noth's return to the Sex and the City franchise had triggered memories of their experiences with him years ago. Neither encounter was reported to police at that time. The 3 leading women on Sex and the City have now issued a statement supporting the women that have come out against Noth. He has also been fired from the show The Equalizer with Queen Latifah. So that's all for the list, and let me know your thoughts below. But before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from top 10 biggest celebrities who were exposed in 2021 part 2. Twinkler Ballin said, "Liked for Mackenzie only, and oh god, do not put that idiot in Wicked. He will ruin it by taking over, not staying true to the story." Yeah, I think with all this about James Corden, he's definitely not going to be put in anything anytime soon. He'll stay hosting. His hosting gigs are fine, but I think his acting and musical theater gigs are probably going to be few and far between. And Random Trinidadian said, "Yeah, I would not be taking anything Nicki says seriously. This is the woman who said her cousin Fred had some swelling after getting vaccinated." Yeah, it was definitely a strange interview. I wonder if Jessie J responded. I should have looked into that. But I feel like Nicki was probably telling the truth about the Jessie J thing, because like, she's right. Like, singers don't just come across songs and ask to be on them. It's usually the other way around. So yeah. MLG Gamer said, "The thing about Chris Pratt is I feel like people dug too deep with that. Like, he couldn't have been dissing Anna Faris. I swear the internet reaches to the farthest of places sometimes." Yeah, I think this is one of those cases where everyone just reaching. I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful, because he in turn he'd be disrespecting his own son, his own child, and I don't think he would intend to do that. And like, a healthy child, like healthy baby, that's a common phrase, so it's not really like that crazy of a thing to say. Alright guys, that's all for the video. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I'll catch you in the next one.